Welcome back in part 2 of Facebook. Anyways, let's continue.
The site's primary color is blue as Zuckerberg is red-green colorblind, a realization that occurred after a test taken around 2007.
Facebook was initially built using PHP, a popular scripting language designed for web development.
PHP was used to create dynamic content and manage data on the server side of the Facebook application.
Zuckerberg and co-founders chose PHP for its simplicity and ease of use, which allowed them to quickly develop and deploy the initial version of Facebook.
As Facebook grew in user base and functionality, the company encountered scalability and performance challenges with PHP.
In response, Facebook engineers developed tools and technologies to optimize PHP performance.
One of the most significant was the creation of a hip-hop virtual machine, HHVM.
This significantly improved the performance and efficiency of PHP code execution on Facebook's servers.
The site upgraded from HTTP to the more secure HTTPS in January 2011. Facebook is developed as one monolithic application.
According to an interview in 2012 with Facebook build engineer Chuck Rossi, Facebook compiles into a 1.5 gigabytes binary blob, which is then distributed to the servers using a custom BitTorrent-based release system.
Rossi stated that it takes about 15 minutes to build and 15 minutes to release to the servers.
The build and release process has zero downtime.
Changes to Facebook are rolled out daily. Facebook used a combination platform based on HBase to store data across distributed machines.
Using a tailing architecture, events are stored in log files, and the logs are tailed.
The system rolls these events up and writes them to storage.
The user interface then pulls the data out and displays it to users.
Facebook handles requests as AJAX behavior.
These requests are written to a log file using Scribe, developed by Facebook.
Data is read from these log files using Ptail, an internally built tool to aggregate data from multiple Scribe stores.
It tails the log files and pulls data out.
Ptail data are separated into 3 streams and sent to clusters in different data centers: plugin impression, newsfeed impressions, actions, plugin plus newsfeed.
Cube is used to manage periods of high data flow, input/output or I/O.
Data is processed in batches to lessen the number of times needed to read and write under high demand periods.
A hot article generates many impressions and newsfeed impressions that cause huge data skews.
Batches are taken every 1.5 seconds, limited by memory used when creating a hash table. Data is then output in PHP format.
The backend is written in Java.
Swift is used as a messaging format so PHP programs can query Java services.
Hacking solutions display pages more quickly.
The data is then sent to MapReduce servers, where it is queried via Hive.
This serves as a backup as the data can be recovered from Hive.
Facebook uses its own content delivery network or Edge network under the domain fvcdn.net for serving static data.
Until the mid-2010s, Facebook also relied on Akamai for CDN services.
On March 20, 2014, Facebook announced a new open-source programming language called Hack.
Before public release, a large portion of Facebook was already running and battle-tested using the new language.
Hack is a programming language for the hip-hop virtual machine, HHVM, created by Meta, formerly Facebook, as a dialect of PHP.
The language implementation is free and open source software licensed under an MIT license.
Hack allows use of both dynamic typing and static typing.
This kind of a type system is called gradual typing, which is also implemented in other programming languages such as ActionScript.
Hack's type system allows types to be specified for function arguments, function return values, and class properties. However, types of local variables are always inferred and cannot be specified. Hack was introduced on March 20, 2014.
Before the announcement of the new language, Facebook had already implemented the code and tested it on a large part of its website.
Hack is designed to interoperate seamlessly with PHP, which is a widely used open-source scripting language that has a focus on web development and can be embedded into HTML.
A majority of valid PHP scripts are also valid in Hack. However, many less often used PHP features and language constructs are unsupported in Hack.
Hack extends the type hinting available in PHP 5 through the introduction of static typing by adding new type hints, for example, for scalar types such as integer or string, as well as by extending the use of type hints, for example, for class properties or function return values.
However, types of local variables cannot be specified.
Since Hack uses a gradual typing system in the default mode, type annotations are not mandatory even in places they cannot be inferred. The type system will assume the author is correct and admit the code.
However, strict mode is available, which requires such annotations and thus enforces fully sound code.
The basic file structure of a Hack script is similar to a PHP script, with a few changes.
A Hack file does not include the less than question mark PHP opening markup tag and forbids using top-level declarations.
Code must be placed in an entry point function.
These are automatically executed if they are in the top-level file, but not if the file is included via include, require, or the autoloader.
Like other functions in Hack, the function names must be unique within a project, that is, projects with multiple entry points cannot both be called main. Double less than double underline entry point double greater than function main parentheses colon void braces echo, hello, world, semicolon. The above script, similar to PHP, will be executed and the following output is sent to the browser. Hello, world. Unlike PHP, Hack and HTML code do not mix. Either XHP or another template engine needs to be used. Like PHP 7, Hack allows types to be specified for function arguments and function return values.
Functions in Hack are thus annotated with types like the following. /hack functions are annotated with types. Function negate, bool $x, bool braces return exclamation mark $x semicolon.
Each registered user on Facebook has a personal profile that shows their posts and content.
The format of individual user pages was revamped in September 2011 and became known as Timeline, a chronological feed of a user's stories, including status updates, photos, interactions with apps and events.
The layout let users add a cover photo.
Users were given more privacy settings.
In 2007, Facebook launched Facebook Pages for brands and celebrities to interact with their fan bases.
Whoa!
In June 2009, Facebook introduced a usernames feature, allowing users to choose a unique nickname used in the URL for their personal profile for easier sharing.
In February 2014, Facebook expanded the gender setting, adding a custom input field that allows users to choose from a wide range of gender identities.
Users can also set which set of gender-specific pronoun should be used in reference to them throughout the site.
In May 2014, Facebook introduced a feature to allow users to ask for information not disclosed by other users on their profiles.
If a user does not provide key information, such as location, hometown, or relationship status, other users can use a new Ask button to send a message asking about that item to the user in a single click.
Newsfeed appears on every user's homepage and highlights information including profile changes, upcoming events, and friends' birthdays.
This enabled spammers and other users to manipulate these features by creating illegitimate events or posting fake birthdays to attract attention to their profile or cause.
Initially, the newsfeed caused dissatisfaction among Facebook users. Some complained it was too cluttered and full of undesired information. Others were concerned that it made it too easy for others to track individual activities, such as relationship status changes, events, and conversations with other users.
Zuckerberg apologized for the site's failure to include appropriate privacy features.
Users then gain control over what types of information are shared automatically with friends.
Users are now able to prevent user-set categories of friends from seeing updates about certain types of activities, including profile changes, wall posts, and newly added friends.
On February 23, 2010, Facebook was granted a patent on certain aspects of its newsfeed.
The patent covers news feeds in which links are provided so that one user can participate in the activity of another user.
The sorting and display of stories in a user's newsfeed is governed by the EdgeRank algorithm.
The Photos application allows users to upload albums and photos.
Each album can contain 200 photos.
Privacy settings apply to individual albums.
Users can tag or label friends in a photo.
The friend receives a notification about the tag with a link to the photo.
This photo tagging feature was developed by Aaron Sittig, now a design strategy lead at Facebook, and former Facebook engineer Scott Marlett back in 2006 and was only granted a patent in 2011. On June 7, 2012, Facebook launched its App Center to help users find games and other applications. On May 13, 2015, Facebook in association with major news portals launched instant articles to provide news on the Facebook news feed without leaving the site.
In January 2017, Facebook launched Facebook Stories for iOS and Android in Ireland.
The feature, following the format of Snapchat and Instagram stories, allows users to upload photos and videos that appear above friends and followers' news feeds and disappear after 24 hours. On October 11, 2017, Facebook introduced the 3D Posts feature to allow for uploading interactive 3D assets.
On January 11, 2018, Facebook announced that it would change newsfeed to prioritize friends/family content and to emphasize content from media companies.
In February 2020, Facebook announced it would spend $1 billion, $1.21 billion in 2024 dollars, to license news material from publishers for the next 3 years. A pledge coming as the company falls under scrutiny from governments across the globe over not paying for news content appearing on the platform.
The pledge would be in addition to the $600 million, $729 million in 2024 dollars paid since 2018 through deals with news companies such as The Guardian and Financial Times.
In March and April 2021, in response to Apple announcing changes to its iOS devices identifier for advertisers policy, which included requiring app developers to directly request to users the ability to track on an opt-in basis, Facebook purchased full-page newspaper advertisements attempting to convince users to allow tracking, highlighting the effects targeted ads have on small businesses.
Facebook's efforts were ultimately unsuccessful as Apple released iOS 14.5 in late April 2021, containing the feature for users in what has been deemed app tracking transparency.
Moreover, statistics from Verizon Communications subsidiary Flurry Analytics show 96% of all iOS users in the United States are not permitting tracking at all, and only 12% of worldwide iOS users are allowing tracking, which some news outlets deem Facebook's nightmare, among similar terms.
Despite the news, Facebook stated that the new policy and software update would be manageable.
The like button, stylized as a thumbs up icon, was first enabled on February 9, 2009, and enables users to easily interact with status updates, comments, photos and videos, links shared by friends, and advertisements.
Once clicked by user, the designated content is more likely to appear in friends' news feeds.
The button displays the number of other users who have liked the content.
The like button was extended to comments in June 2010.
In February 2016, Facebook expanded like into reactions, allowing users to choose from 5 predefined emotions: love, haha, wow, sad, or angry.
In late April 2020, during the COVID-19 pandemic, a new care reaction was added.
Facebook Messenger is an instant messaging service and software application.
It began at Facebook Chat in 2008, was revamped in 2010 and eventually became a standalone mobile app in August 2011, while remaining part of the user page on browsers.
Complementing regular conversations, Messenger lets users make one-to-one and group voice and video calls.
Its Android app has integrated support for SMS and chat heads, which are round profile photo icons appearing on screen regardless of what app is open. While both apps support multiple accounts, conversations with optional end-to-end encryption and instant games.
Some features, including sending money and requesting transportation, are limited to the United States.
In 2017, Facebook added Messenger Day, a feature that lets users share photos and videos in a story format with all their friends, with the content disappearing after 24 hours. Reactions, which lets users tap and hold a message to add a reaction through an emoji, and mentions, which lets users in group conversations type at to give a particular user a notification.
In April 2020, Facebook began rolling out a new feature called Messenger Rooms, a video chat feature that allows users to chat with up to 50 people at a time.
In July 2020, Facebook added a new feature in Messenger that lets iOS users to use Face ID or Touch ID to lock their chats.
The feature is called App Lock and is a part of several changes in Messenger regarding privacy and security.
On October 13, 2020, the Messenger application introduced cross-app messaging with Instagram, which was launched in September 2021.
In addition to the integrated messaging, the application announced the introduction of a new logo, which will be an amalgamation of the Messenger and Instagram logo. Businesses and users can interact through Messenger with features such as tracking purchases and receiving notifications, and interacting with customer service representatives.
Third-party developers can integrate apps into Messenger, letting users enter an app, while inside Messenger and optionally share details from the app into a chat.
Developers can build chatbots into Messenger for uses such as news publishers building bots to distribute news.
VM Virtual Assistant, US, scans chats for keywords and suggests relevant actions, such as its payment system for users mentioning money.
Group chatbots appear in Messenger as chat extensions.
Discovery tab allows finding bots and enabling special branded QR codes that, when scanned, take the user to a specific bot.
Messenger, formerly known as Facebook Messenger, is an American proprietary instant messaging service developed by Meta Platforms.
Originally developed at Facebook Chat in 2008, the client application of Messenger is currently available on iOS and Android mobile platforms, Windows and Mac OS desktop platforms through the Messenger.com web application, and on the standalone Facebook portal hardware.
Messenger is used to send messages and exchange photos, videos, stickers, audio, and files, and also react to other users' messages and interact with bots.
The service also supports voice and video calling.
The standalone apps support using multiple accounts, conversations with end-to-end encryption, and playing games. With a monthly user base of over 1 billion people, it is among the largest social media platforms. Following tests of a new instant messaging platform on Facebook in March 2008, the feature, then titled Facebook Chat, was gradually released to users in April 2008.
Facebook revamped its messaging platform in November 2010 and subsequently acquired group messaging service Beluga in March 2011, which the company used to launch its standalone iOS and Android mobile apps on August 9, 2011.
Facebook later launched a BlackBerry version in October 2011.
An app for Windows Phone, though lacking features including voice messaging and chat ads, was released in March 2014.
In April 2014, Facebook announced that the messaging feature would be removed from the main Facebook app and users will be required to download the separate Messenger app.
An iPad-optimized version of the iOS app was released in July 2014.
In April 2015, Facebook launched a website interface for Messenger.
A Tizen app was released on July 13, 2015.
Facebook launched Messenger for Windows 10 in April 2016.
In October 2016, Facebook released Messenger Lite, a stripped-down version of Messenger with a reduced feature set.
The app is aimed primarily at old Android phones and regions where high-speed internet is not widely available.
In April 2017, Messenger Lite was expanded to 132 more countries.
In May 2017, Facebook revamped the design for Messenger on Android and iOS, bringing a new home screen with tabs and categorization of content and interactive media, red dots indicating new activity, and relocated sections. Facebook announced a Messenger program for Windows 7 in a limited beta test in November 2011.
The following month, Israeli blog Tech IT leaked the download link for the program, with Facebook subsequently confirming and officially releasing the program.
The program was eventually discontinued in March 2014.
A Firefox web browser add-on was released in December 2012, but was also discontinued in March 2014.
In December 2017, Facebook announced Messenger Kids, a new app aimed for persons under 13 years of age.
The app comes with some differences compared to the standard version.
In 2019, Messenger announced to be the second most downloaded mobile app of the decade, from 2011 to 2019.
In December 2019, Messenger dropped support for users to sign in using only a mobile number, meaning that users must sign into a Facebook account in order to use the service.
In March 2020, Facebook started to ship its dedicated Messenger for Mac OS app through the Mac App Store.
The app is currently live in regions including France, Australia, Mexico, Poland, and many others.
In April 2020, Facebook began rolling out a new feature called Messenger Rooms, a video chat feature that allows users to chat with up to 50 people at a time.
The feature rivals Zoom, an application that gained a lot of popularity during the COVID-19 pandemic.
Privacy concerns arose since the feature uses the same data collection policies as mainstream Facebook. In July 2020, Facebook added a new feature in Messenger that lets iOS users to use Apple's Face ID or Touch ID to lock their chats.
The feature is called App Lock and is a part of several changes in Messenger regarding privacy and security.
The option to view only unread threads was removed from the inbox, requiring the account holder to scroll through the entire inbox to be certain every unread message has been seen. On October 13, 2020, the Messenger application introduced cross-app messaging with Instagram, which was launched in September 2021.
In addition to the integrated messaging, the application announced the introduction of a new logo, which should be an amalgamation of the Messenger and Instagram logo.
The following is a table of features available in Messenger, as well as their geographical coverage and what devices they are available on.
In addition, there is a vanishing message feature.
In addition, there is an audio recording feature, which allows audio recordings of up to 1 minute which may or may not be vanishing. Sign up without a Facebook account. Added December 2012. Discontinued. Android users can sign up to the app without a Facebook account, requiring only a name and phone number.
Direct messaging. Added October 2013. Users can send messages to other users without the requirement of being friends, as long as the user has the phone number of the other user in their contact list.
Chatheads. Added April 2015. Android users can use round icons with a contact's profile photo appearing on the screen regardless of which app is open.
Money transfer, Messenger Pay. Added March 2015. A feature for US users to send money to friends.
In April 2017, the feature was expanded to support group payments. Calls. Added January 2015. In January 2015, Facebook added voice calling to Messenger users in Canada, expanding the feature to users in the United States a few days later.
In April 2015, Facebook introduced video calling in select countries.
In April 2016, group voice calling was introduced, with a maximum number of 50 call participants.
The following December, Facebook enabled group video calling for up to 50 people.
In June 2017, Facebook updated video chats to give users the ability to add animated versions of Facebook's reactions on top of their face, such as tears for a crying face and an exploding halo of hearts around the head when sending heart emoji.
Additionally, users are able to capture screenshots, and glyph filters can change the color or lighting in the feed. Location sharing. Added June 2015. Users can tap on a location button and are then shown a map with the ability to pinpoint any location, even if the user themselves is not present at the place.
In March 2017, it introduced live location sharing, letting users temporarily share their location with a friend or group of friends for 1 hour at a time. Business interaction. At the Facebook F8 conference on March 25, 2015, Facebook announced that Messenger would start letting users interact with businesses, including track purchases and receive notifications, and have personal conversations with company customer service representatives.
Third-party app integration. Users are able to open compatible third-party apps inside Messenger, such as a movie ticketing service or gift generators, and then share those details with the other chat participants.
Transportation requests. Added December 2015. Messenger integrated with Uber to let US users request a car directly from the app.
Support for Lyft was added in March 2016.
Support for Uber Pool was introduced in July 2016.
SMS support added 2012. Facebook implemented support for SMS texting within the Messenger Android app.
However, the feature was dropped in 2015 due to extensive reworking of the app, with a Facebook product manager stating that the SMS feature just didn't take off.
SMS was once again introduced in testing in February 2016, before the official global rollout started in June.
SMS support in Messenger was again removed in September of 2023. Multiple accounts. Added February 2016. Facebook added support for multiple accounts in the apps.
Bot platform added April 2016. 2016 launch. In April 2016, Facebook announced a bot platform for Messenger, including an API to build chatbots to interact with users.
News publisher bots message subscribers directly with news and other information, while ride-sharing apps can offer a transportation option. Hotel chains can answer questions about accommodations. And air travel companies can allow for check-ins, flight updates, and travel changes.
2017 enhancements. At the 2017 Facebook F8 conference, Facebook announced a range of enhancements for bots. Bots in group chats. Bots can participate in group chats, not by conversing with the chat participants, but by injecting notifications such as news updates, receipts, sports progress, and more.
Chat extensions. Users can interact with dedicated apps, including play games, collaborate on music playlists, and book flights.
In addition, Facebook announced a Discovery tab featuring recently used bots, bot categories, trending experiences, and search functionality.
A preview screen lets users see what each chat would do in a conversation.
And QR scan. Users can scan special, branded QR codes through Messenger's camera functionality that take the user directly to a specific bot. The slightly renamed Discover tab was officially launched in the United States in late June 2017.
An assistant, added April 2017, terminated. In August 2015, Facebook announced an artificial intelligence virtual assistant for use in Messenger that is capable of automatically completing tasks for users, such as purchase items, arrange gift deliveries, book restaurants, and arrange travels.
In April 2017, Facebook enabled M for users in the US.
M scans chats for keywords and then suggests relevant actions.
For example, writing, "You owe me $20" will make M offer its payment system.
The rollout of M suggestions was made official at Facebook's F8 conference on April 18, 2017.
In January 2018, it was announced that M would be discontinued at some future date. Home Messages panel. Added June 2016. Facebook announced a Home button as a central location for sending and receiving messages.
The Home button features the most recent messages as well as a Favorites section for the contacts with the most frequent communication. Secret Conversations. Added October 2016. Messenger users can send each other end-to-end encrypted messages through an optional mode called Secret Conversations, which uses the Signal protocol.
Users can also choose to send each other self-destructing messages that are removed permanently following an optional time period.
This feature is only available in mobile apps, not in the web version.
Originally planned in 2022, end-to-end encryption by default is delayed to 2023. Instant Games, added November 2016, allows users to quickly play games including Pac-Man, Space Invaders, Everwin, and Words with Friends Frenzy inside Messenger.
Games are asynchronous through high scores rather than directly at the same time and are built on HTML5 rather than X.
In May 2017, Facebook announced the global rollout of Instant Games.
Messenger Day, added March 2017. Following an initial test in Poland in September 2016, Facebook launched Messenger Day in March 2017.
Messenger Day, similar to Snapchat's Stories feature, gives the user the ability to share photos and videos with friends that automatically disappear after 24 hours. Reactions and mentions, added March 2017. Reactions let the user tap and hold on a message to add a reaction through an emoji, while mentions let the user type add in a group chat to give a particular user a direct notification.
Augmented reality effects. Added December 2017. World Effects lets users add 3D augmented reality effects into their photos and videos.
AI chatbots in messengers. Added January 2018. Facebook started allowing Messenger AI bots after 2 steps of verification.
Replies. Added March 2019. Facebook added the ability to quote and reply to specific messages in a conversation.
And Messenger Rooms. Added April 2020. A video chat feature that allows users to chat with up to 50 people at a time.
It is a video conferencing feature of Messenger.
It allows users to add up to 50 people at a time.
Messenger Rooms does not require a Facebook account.
Messenger Rooms competes with other services such as Zoom.
Back in 2014, Facebook introduced an unrelated standalone application named Rooms, letting users create places for users with similar interests, with users being anonymous to others.
This was shut down in December 2015.
In April 2020, during the COVID-19 pandemic, Facebook revealed video conferencing features for Messenger, called Messenger Rooms.
This was seen as a response to the popularity of other video conferencing platforms such as Zoom and Skype in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic.
Messenger Rooms allows users to add up to 50 people per room without restrictions on time.
It does not require a Facebook account or a separate app from Messenger.
When used, it only prompts the user for basic information.
Users can add 360 degrees virtual backgrounds, mood lighting, and other AR effects as well as share screens.
To prevent unwanted participants from joining, users can lock rooms and remove participants. Some have voiced concerns in regards to Messenger Rooms' privacy and how its parent, Facebook, handles data.
Messenger Rooms, unlike some of its competitors, does not use end-to-end encryption.
In addition, there have been concerns over how Messenger Rooms collects user data. In January 2017, Facebook announced that it was testing showing advertisements in Messenger's home feed.
At the time, the testing was limited to a small number of users in Australia and Thailand, with the ad format being swipe-based carousel ads.
In July, the company announced that they were expanding the testing to a global audience.
Stan Chudnovsky, head of Messenger, told VentureBeat that we'll start slow. When the average user can be sure to see them, we truly don't know, because we're just going to be very data-driven and user feedback-driven on making that decision.
Facebook told TechCrunch that the advertisement's placement in the box depends on factors such as thread count, phone screen size, and pixel density.
In a TechCrunch editorial by TaBNWNE, he described the ads as huge in the space they occupy, intolerable in the way they appear in the user interface, and irrelevant due to the lack of context.
Calloway finished by writing, "Advertising is how things get paid for on the internet, including TechCrunch, so I'm not an advocate of eliminating it or blocking it altogether. But bad advertising experiences can spoil a perfectly good app like, for the purposes of argument, Messenger. Messaging is a personal, purposeful use case and these ads are a bad way to monetize it. In November 2014, the Electronic Frontier Foundation, EFF, listed Messenger, Facebook Chat on its secure messaging scorecard.
It received a score of 2 out of 7 points on the scorecard.
It received points for having communications encrypted in transit and for having recently completed an independent security audit.
It missed points because the communications were not encrypted with keys the provider didn't have access to. Users could not verify contacts identities. Past messages were not secure if the encryption keys were stolen, the source code was not open to independent review, and the security design was not properly documented.
As stated by Facebook in its Help Center, there is no way to log out of the Messenger application.
Instead, users can choose between different availability statuses, including appear as inactive, switch accounts, and turn off notifications.
Media outlets have reported on the workaround by pressing a Clear Data option in the Applications menu and setting down Android devices, which returns the user to the login screen. After being separated from the main Facebook app, Messenger had 600 million users in April 2015.
This grew to 900 million in June 2016, 1 billion in July 2016, and 1.2 billion in April 2017.
In March 2020, total messaging traffic increased by 50% in countries that were on quarantine due to the COVID-19 outbreak.
Group calls grew by more than 1,000%.
In early 2018, the U.S. Department of Justice went to court to attempt to force Facebook to modify its Messenger app to enable surveillance by third parties so that agents could listen in on encrypted voice conversations over Messenger.
The court decided against the Justice Department, but sealed the case.
In November 2018, the TaBNWNE filed suit to have the case unsealed so that the public can be informed about the encryption/surveillance debate.
This motion was denied in February 2019, and an appeal was filed in April 2020.
The appeals court confirmed the original denial on July 22, 2020. Facebook's data policy outlines its policies for collecting, storing, and sharing users' data.
Facebook enables users to control access to individual posts and their profile through privacy settings.
The user's name and profile picture, if applicable, are public. Facebook's revenue depends on targeted advertising, which involves analyzing user data to decide which ads to show each user.
Facebook buys data from third parties, gathered from both online and offline sources, to supplement its own data on users.
Facebook maintains that it does not share data used for targeted advertising with the advertisers themselves.
The company states,
"We provide advertisers with reports about the kinds of people seeing their ads and how their ads are performing, but we don't share information that personally identifies you. Information such as your name or email address that by itself can be used to contact you or identifies who you are unless you give us permission. For example, we provide general demographic and interest information to advertisers. For example, that an ad was seen by a woman between the ages of 25 and 34 who lives in Madrid and likes software engineering, to help them better understand their audience. We also confirm which Facebook ads led you to make a purchase or take an action with an advertiser."
As of October 2021, Facebook claims it uses the following policy for sharing user data with third parties.
apps, websites, and third-party integrations on or using our products. When you choose to use third-party apps, websites, or other services that use or are integrated with our products, they can receive information about what you post or share. For example, when you play a game with your Facebook friends or use a Facebook comment or share button on a website, the game, developer or website can receive information about your activities in the game or receive a comment or link that you share from the website on Facebook. Also, when you download or use such third-party services, they can access your public profile on Facebook and any information that you share with them. Apps and websites you use may receive your list of Facebook friends if you choose to share it with them. But apps and websites you use will not be able to receive any other information about your Facebook friends from you or information about any of your Instagram followers, although your friends and followers may, of course, choose to share this information themselves. Information collected by these third-party services is subject to their own terms and policies, not this one. Devices and operating systems providing native versions of Facebook and Instagram, that is, where we have not developed our own first-party apps, will have access to all information you choose to share with them, including information your friends share with you, so they can provide our core functionality to you. Note, we are in the process of restricting developers' data access even further to help prevent abuse. For example, we will remove developers' access to your Facebook and Instagram data if you haven't used their app in 3 months, and we are changing login so that in the next version we will reduce the data that an app can request without app review to include only name, Instagram username and bio, profile photo and email address. Requesting any other data will require our approval.
Facebook will also share data with law enforcement if needed to. Facebook's policies have changed repeatedly since the service's debut, amid a series of controversies covering everything from how well it secures user data to what extent it allows users to control access to the kinds of access given to third parties, including businesses, political campaigns, and governments.
These facilities vary according to country, as some nations require the company to make data available and limit access to services. While the European Union's GDPR regulation mandates additional privacy protections.
On July 29, 2011, Facebook announced its bug bounty program that paid security researchers a minimum of $500, $699 in 2024 for reporting security holes.
The company promised not to pursue white hat hackers who identified such problems.
This led researchers in many countries to participate, particularly in India and Russia. Facebook's rapid growth began as soon as it became available and continued through 2018, before beginning to decline.
Facebook passed 100 million registered users in 2008 and 500 million in July 2010.
According to the company's data at the July 2010 announcement, half of the site's membership used Facebook daily for an average of 34 minutes, while 150 million users accessed the site by mobile. In October 2012, Facebook's monthly active users passed 1 billion, with 600 million mobile users, 219 billion photo uploads, and 140 billion friend connections.
The 2 billion user mark was crossed in June 2017.
In November 2015, after skepticism about the accuracy of its monthly active users measurement, Facebook changed its definition to a logged-in member who visits the Facebook site through the web browser or mobile app, or uses the Facebook Messenger app in the 30-day period prior to the measurement.
This excluded the use of third-party services with Facebook integration, which was previously counted.
From 2017 to 2019, the percentage of the U.S. population over the age of 12 who use Facebook has declined from 67% to 61%, a decline of some 15 million U.S. users. with a higher drop-off among younger Americans, a decrease in the percentage of U.S. 12 to 34-year-olds who are users, from 58% in 2015 to 29% in 2019.
The decline coincided with an increase in the popularity of Instagram, which is also owned by Meta.
The number of daily active users experienced a quarterly decline for the first time in the last quarter of 2021, down to 1.929 billion from 1.930 billion. But increased again the next quarter despite being banned in Russia. Historically, commentators have offered predictions of Facebook's decline or end, based on causes such as a declining user base, the legal difficulties of being a closed platform, inability to generate revenue, inability to offer user privacy, inability to adapt to mobile platforms, or Facebook ending itself to present a next-generation replacement, or Facebook's role in Russian interference in the 2016 United States elections. The highest number of Facebook users as of April 2023 are from India and the United States, followed by Indonesia, Brazil, Mexico, and the Philippines.
Region-wise, the highest number of users in 2018 are from Asia Pacific, 947 million, followed by Europe, 381 million, and US-Canada, 242 million.
The rest of the world has 750 million users. Over the 2008 to 2018 period, the percentage of users under 34 declined to less than half of the total. In many countries, the social networking sites and mobile apps have been blocked temporarily, intermittently, or permanently, including Brazil, China, Iran, Vietnam, Pakistan, Syria, and North Korea.
In May 2018, the government of Papua New Guinea announced that it would ban Facebook for a month while it considered the impact of the website on the country, though no ban has since occurred.
In 2019, Facebook announced it would start enforcing its ban on users, including influencers, promoting any vape, tobacco products, or weapons on its platforms. We will continue about Facebook in Part 3. Stay tuned for more.